Hey gang, we are going over a core series this go around, and by core I mean midline. At Nikeo we like to call it our midline stability. So that's what we're going to talk about. And basically around here we talk about getting three big muscle groups fired up, and that is your lats, your abs, and your glutes. If you can get all three of these working together, great things happen, gang. You help decrease the likelihood of injury, you help make the workouts a lot more difficult, you look better naked if you can get all of them fired up and working all the time, and just helps you live a better life. More, less pain, better moving, all the good stuff. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to fire up your lats. They're the most awkward of the three, so that's why we're going to start with them. So let me go ahead and get into that, and I'll show you how we like to activate our lats over here at Nikeo. Now, I'll let you know, we haven't been paid to say this or anything, but I'm taking this straight from Dr. Stuart McGill's book called The Gift of Injury. If you have not read it, I would highly recommend you go check it out. But what we're going to do is start off just like this. Abs tight, glutes tight. I'm going to let my hands slide down my legs. I'm going to grab the top of my knees. I'm going to squeeze those things as hard as I can with my hands here. Now, this is also called the shortstop squat. What you're going to do is just go ahead and press the hands into your knees and straighten out those elbows. Now, if you were paying attention, you should see my back get pretty straight as I did that. All right? Now, I'm just going to go ahead and turn to this side a little bit, show you again. Right here, everything's not really super tight. Abs are tight, glutes are tight. Press my hands into my knees. Everything is nice and flat. And I'm going to try to hold that for about 30 seconds to a minute and just try to get everything in my lats fired. And like he's saying everything in my lats, what I mean is right here at the top of your waistband, all the way up to the back of your arm. So anything in this real estate right here where my thumb is going, if you feel it anywhere in that area, that's going to be an absolutely fantastic place to feel those lats. Now, if your lats are really fired up the right way, what it's going to do is it's going to help keep your shoulders very, very safe. It's going to help keep your lower back out of an injury-prone position, and it's just going to help you pull everything back and down like that. That's how you fire up your lats. The next thing in this video series that we're going to talk about are your abs. A lot of people that go into like a class or a fitness class, or they'll go to training and be like, oh, brace your core, get your abs tight. If you don't know how to use your abs, none of that's going to matter. So we're going to show you how to fire up your abs. Around Nikeo, we like to do these exercises called recliners because it's simple, it's not difficult to do, and it's quite effective, right? So we're going to start right here. Just like this, I'm going to hunch over. Note, you're not going to hunch over for basically any other exercise. But for this one, to get our abs tight, it's okay because we're not adding any external load. Now, hunch over. You're going to lean back. Lean back as much as you can. Keep your feet on the ground until you feel your abs get really stoked up. Now, if you need to sit there and drum on your stomach to make sure all the good things are happening, that's fine. Ideally, I want to hold this for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. And this is just going to help me wake up my abs and realize how they're supposed to feel when I'm doing everything else, including my bench press, my push-ups, my pull-ups, my squats, my deadlifts, everything. So after you get your abs fired up, you want to incorporate them into different exercises. So every exercise. So side planks are a great example. Your regular planks are another great example. Just making sure that your abs are holding you as you're going into every other exercise. There's really no reason to do a whole lot of accessory work for your abs if you're keeping them tight for everything that you're doing. Sorry, I'm over here spitting like Sylvester. So you want to make sure that you are really focusing on getting your abs extremely tight because A, it's just going to help you make the workout more intense. It's going to give you a lot more bang for your buck, and you're not going to have to spend any extra time after or before the workout just blowing up your abs, unless you just really want to, and that's your prerogative. But if you really enjoy being efficient like me, then you're just going to keep those abs tight for every single exercise. And it's going to make life so much better for you. The last thing we want to talk about in this video series about bracing the core, getting to increase your midline stability, are your glutes. I believe they're one of the most important muscles in the body, skeletal muscle tissue-wise. We're not talking about your heart or anything, blah, blah, blah. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to wake those up. And again, like we talked about in the abs, and I forgot to mention in the lat video, once you wake these muscles up, you have to incorporate them into every exercise that you do to retrain your body to make sure that they are always firing to help decrease your likelihood of injury, help you look better naked, and just help you to move pain-free. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about / show you how to get your glutes fired up to use them the most effective way possible. So, okay, I'm pretty sure you can see me. We're gonna start off with everybody's favorite, the glute bridge. So you're gonna start right here, get your glutes tight, get your abs tight before you start. You're just gonna raise your hips up, just like that. If you wanna point your toes up to the ceiling to make things a little bit spicier, that's perfectly fine. We're just gonna hang out right there for 20, 30 seconds, and then maybe feeling saucy, I'm gonna walk those feet out a little bit. 20, 30 seconds here, and then I'm gonna walk them out a little bit more. 20, 30 seconds here, and the whole time I'm trying to use my glutes to raise my hips up to the ceiling. Now you can keep going out, and it's gonna start getting a little bit more so into your hamstrings rather than your glutes. So that's fine too, there's nothing wrong with making sure the hamstrings and the glutes are working together. Now if you wanna take that to the next level, we bring our feet back to this starting position. Abs tight, glutes tight. I bring both my hips up, just like I'm doing a normal glute bridge, but here's the difference. I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna push my fingers into the ground, getting my lats engaged. My abs are already tight, or they should be already tight. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up here and I'm going to raise one leg up, still pressing my hands in the ground, bring it back down after about 5 Mississippi, and then raise the other leg up, hold it there for about 5 Mississippi, and I wanna be able to do this for 30 seconds to 1 minute. 30 seconds when you're starting off, 1 minute when you start feeling real strong about this whole area. Now, what you don't want to do as you're switching legs is this number right here with my hips. I don't want to go and then switch and make my hips. My hips shouldn't be moving around as I'm switching legs. They should be extremely stable, very little movement to no movement at all. Raising that leg up, holding everything down. What's going to help me prevent that movement is right here, squeezing my glutes, squeezing my abs, making all those good things happen. Okay? And then from there, after you get your glutes fired up, again, same thing we mentioned in the ab video, is you want to make sure that you are incorporating those into bigger movements, like your squats, your deadlifts, and even your bench press and things like that, your push-ups. It's going to help train your body to make sure all three of these muscles, your lats, your abs, and your glutes, are all firing at the same time. Helps decrease injury, decrease your injury, increase your stability, and help you look better naked. Make sure that all three of these are firing up at the same time. Okay? Go get your midline on.